Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, June 15th. Thank you for joining us for our show today. Currently under mostly clear skies at 74 degrees, but it's going to be another hot one.
Yes.
Going to be a peachy, get that?
Right.
It's going to be a peachy hot one today, around 97 degrees. So thank you for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee. Join us for news, weather, sports. And we've got a very special guest who's a painter. You need your kitchen painted?
Yes, but I don't think that's the kind of painting
okay, we
we'll be
got a different
discussing
painter?
today, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, good morning, Tamara.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning. I'm Jomara Ortiz, and as always, we're coming live to over 14,000 homes in Enid. You can also watch us live at enidtv.org via the World Wide Web.
Yep.
This is Good Morning Enid.
And it's time to rise and shine. Out on the farm, it's wide open space, it's clear, you can see all the bright.
Oklahoma receives a real ID extension through June 2017.
If you're in your 30s or your 40s, for example,
You'll just want to show up at 4:30, but we do encourage you to purchase a
A ton of stuff going on here at the Central National Bank Center. Come on down.
Just send us an email and we'll be happy to share.
Hello.
Hey, Derek. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
It's Thursday again. You know what that means?
Yes, sir.
It's time to rise and shine.
I'm on my way.
Good morning, Jamara.
good morning. I'm on my way.
Good morning, Brooke.
Good morning. I'm on my way.
Well, June is half over. Isn't it amazing?
can't even
There it
believe
is,
that.
the 15th already. Flag Day was a big day yesterday. Did you have your flag out?
I did not, but there were
You
a
can
lot
say
of
yes anyway.
right, but there were a lot of flags on my neighborhood.
Yeah, there were a
Looked
lot of
very
flags
pretty.
out. Well,
Yeah.
we like to see that. Well, right now it's a warm 74, 75 degrees. High today 97. Let's take a look at the statewide temps if we could, just in case you're going to get in your car and travel to Moyers today. Right now you can see that pretty much everybody is in the 70s, but except all the way in the Panhandle, typical Panhandle, total different, almost time zone, weather zone and everything, but they're at 58 out in the Panhandle. But Oilton over there by Cushing in that area is at 74, and again, we're around 75 here in Enid. So take a look at that. And Hydro, that's on Route 66.
I've never been to Hydro.
Well, it's on Route 66. If you ever get on the Mother Road, as they call it, you'll go through Hydro. That's on Route
Very
66.
good. I'll keep that in mind.
So, the weather forecast for
For this
3 days,
weekend,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is
Well,
it HOT?
we are having triple digits. Look
Whoa,
at that.
I think that's
Saturday,
HOT.
Saturday, 103 degrees. So mostly hot. Lows in the 70s and, well, 64 on Sunday. But there you have it, Steve. It's going to be really hot.
You know, 103, is it any different than 100?
I don't think
Is
so.
106 any different?
After 90 is the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's 7:33. Thanks for joining us. We have a special guest. We have an artist in the house this morning, and she will join us at the round table here in just a little bit. We'd like to remind everybody that, you know, the phase one of the water conservation effort here in Enid is underway. It is year-round. It's not just the summer months, which means that you water, if your house number is an odd number, so you, like a 1925, then you would water on an odd day on the calendar, and vice versa. If it was even, you water on even. So keep in mind, here in Enid, you want to take care of that. And with those 100-degree temperatures that Jamara was talking about, take care of your pets. Oh, find some safe. I saw a couple of horses yesterday that were kind of in this pasture area, and it was just all sun, and I felt so bad for them because they couldn't get out of that pasture. The gate was closed or whatever, and they were just baking in the sun. They couldn't get under a tree. So
Yeah.
dogs and cats and things like that.
Yeah, if
give
you
them the water.
walk your dog, do it in the early mornings or late at night, because that pavement is too hot for their paws too.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It'd be hot for mine. Well, it's 7:34, and it's time now for the Oklahoma Minute. And let's see what happened with the news overnight.
Oklahoma receives a real ID extension through June 2017. And Oklahoma natives and country music stars.
The bow tie guy, Derek Silas, is on special assignment today. So guess what? Jamara and I get to do the Oklahoma Minute. And so this is our version of the Oklahoma Minute.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma Free Will 2017 is coming to Enid today. Right now, throughout probably 8 or 9 o'clock this morning, the bikers, as they're riding from Texas all the way up to Kansas, they're traveling basically Highway 81. They're following the Chisholm Trail, and they will be arriving right here in Enid at North Government Springs Park as we speak. I imagine half of them are already here. They will have breakfast, they will rest for the day, they will tour a little bit, have dinner tonight, and then a quick breakfast, and then they'll be on the road tomorrow. So anyway, welcome, and there's hundreds of people on bicycles today. Watch out for them, but welcome them to Enid. The swimming pool is open. Keep in mind the adult swim gets underway around 11 o'clock till noon, and then open swim for everybody is from 12 to 6. Those days are Tuesday through Saturday. Splash pads, Hoover is open on even, Champion is open on odd days. So in other words, Jamar, everything is open, anything related to water, especially with 100 degrees. And of course, if you haven't heard by now, Golden State, they're the NBA champs, and our good friend Kevin Durant, he won the MVP of the playoff. U.S. golf, I love to play golf, but I don't get to play much. But the U.S. Open is today. Thank you, Penn. Look at that gorgeous golf course right
beautiful.
there. 117th U.S. Open begins today. That's up in Erin, Wisconsin. It's probably cool up there today, and it's at the Erin Hills Golf Club. So, and then Mike Gundy gets a raise. It's only $4.2 million a year to coach football at Oklahoma State.
Wow.
I wonder if he has a budget.
Right.
And then on this day in history, in 1846, Great Britain and the United States signed the Oregon Treaty, and it gave the U.S. control over Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. How about that? So, and that's the Oklahoma Minute. And we missed the bow tie guy, Derek Silas. Like I said, he's on special assignment, but we did the news for you, Derek. We got you covered, so.
Yes.
All right. So where are we at next? We got the news done.
Well, we are at the part, if you have any pictures or anything that you want to share with us, please send them to gme@enid.org. gme@enid.org.
Okay.
And do we have any pictures today?
Yes, okay. We have 1 or 2 pictures today. Excuse me as I was. There we go. Killdeer
Oh, my
eggs.
goodness.
Interesting. And that's probably compliments of our rancher, A.J. Wells. And anything else today? Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Rumble.
Rumble visited. Was it this week, earlier this week?
Monday.
Monday.
Monday came by.
Look at that.
And he was so funny. Had a chance to visit with him. Have you ever interviewed someone who doesn't talk?
That could be challenging.
That was very challenging
How you
for
do
me.
it?
Well, I had about 5 minutes with him, and he answered with his head and with his hands. It was hilarious. Rumble was a real treat, and so we appreciate him posing with us on Monday. So gme@enid.org is where you can send your pictures. So
And also, Steve, Enid is always very busy and
getting busier.
getting busier. So to tell us what's happening in Enid, here is Brooke Bodie with Enid Entertainment.
You'll just want to show up at 4:30, but we do encourage you to purchase a ticket because there won't be that many contestants.
Good morning, Enid. With our next upcoming event, we have the Spotlight on Dancing with the Stars Live Hot Summer Nights Tour. We'll have special guest Rashad Jennings with all of the Dancing with the Stars professional dancers. We're really excited for this event. That's on Thursday, July 20th. We do have group discounts available for groups of 10 or more. That show starts at 7 p.m., so you'll want to be here for that event, Dancing with the Stars Live on July 20th. Then we're looking forward into August, the Oak Ridge Boys Celebration Tour, August 4th, 7:30 p.m., right here at the CMB Center. Now this group, their original name of the quartet back in 1944, the Georgia Clodhoppers. So you don't want to miss the Oak Ridge Boys. This great band will be right here live August 4th. Looking forward into December, we will have Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. They'll be returning here on December 7th at 7:30 p.m. Group discounts are available for that event as well. Also, we will have a pre-show dinner in the Convention Center Grand Ballroom. You don't want to miss that. Again, group discounts for that show also. For a full list of all of our upcoming events, visit our website at cmbcenter.com or give us a call. Thank you, and back to you in the studio, Steve and Jamara.
Great job, Brooke. Thank you very much. It's 7:40. Our special guest, is, as we mentioned, will be joining us here at the round table in just a moment. But we have this Enid on the Move video that we want to share with you right now.
Now, Jill, what about if you're just starting, you're thinking about saving money, and
Good morning, Enid. Thank you again for joining us on this rather warm Thursday, June 15th. Again, we're around 75 degrees, high at 897. Some good news in the forecast. There's a chance of rain around 60% tonight. So we could always use a drink of water. So maybe we'll have that at 7:41. Well, joining us at the round table this morning is an individual that I can't relate to because she's an artist. I mean, she can paint, not paint your kitchen or hallway or anything, but paint on canvas and things like that. Catherine Freshley is with us today. Catherine, welcome to the round table.
Thank you, Steve.
Good
morning.
Thank you for joining us. So we're glad that you're here, and we're anxious to learn about you. So
Well, I'm excited to share, and I appreciate you having me on the show this morning.
you're welcome. Our pleasure.
Well, Catherine, welcome, as Steve said. And one of the first questions that I want to ask you is, what brings you to Enid?
Well, Jomar, my husband is an instructor at Vance Air Force Base, and we got stationed here almost 3 years ago, so I'm getting to feel a little bit like a local.
That's very good to hear.
Yes.
Catherine, we've had a variety of individuals on the show in the last 3 years, some that are sculpture-type folks, if you will. Can you kind of walk us through the painting process? I've heard of people, they would go and they would take a picture of a horse or just whatever they're going to take, and then they take that picture and bring it back to their studio, and then they paint from that. Can you kind of walk us through how do you get started on, because I think you focus on landscapes and things?
Yeah, that's correct, Steve, and that process is pretty similar to what I do, actually. I'll go out and I'll take photos. Actually, just yesterday I was out near Lake Eufaula at a ranch for some collectors of mine. They want me to paint their ranch, so we toured the ranch and I took photos all around.
That's a good ways away from Enid.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
So you were there. Were there trees and water?
I was there with the trees and water, but I'll drive around. My husband and I live right off of Cleveland, and we'll drive up Cleveland just a couple miles till we get on a dirt road and go out when there's a pretty sunset or some nice clouds and take photos and paint from my studio.
Okay. So why the landscaping? Why the sunrise and the sunsets?
I just have always felt so drawn to natural beauty. Just it's kind of a stop you in your tracks type of thing for me, and I feel like I need to capture it, and I want to preserve those scenes that I see in something more permanent than my memory.
I've had that same feeling when I've seen a sunset or a rainbow. I want to capture it, but it's not moving me to paint it or anything. But I want to say, oh, that's a Kodak moment. You want to keep that picture.
Exactly.
So.
Well, it's definitely a great gift, Catherine.
Thank you.
And if you can tell us, when did you discover that this is what you wanted to do, that you wanted to paint these beautiful views and preserve it?
Well,
them,
I've always been interested in art, and fortunately I come from a really artistic family. Neither of my parents are the type of artists that I am by trade, but they've always encouraged me, but it was always a hobby. And I took one painting class in college, so I didn't go to art school. I actually have a degree in economics, but
oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
After college, that's what I was doing nights and weekends while I was working in advertising actually at the time. But I slowly started selling, and then it kept kind of snowballing and getting better and better. And then I began to think, well, maybe this is something that I could actually turn into a job rather than just a hobby.
And with the economic background, that's a really good help because you'll know how to manage.
It is, exactly.
So that's the connection.
Yes.
Okay. Catherine, if individuals go to their website, they'll see some of your work and some of the paintings that you've done. And if they review your portfolio, what are they going to learn about you, and really what will they see when they see your portfolio?
Well, right now I've been focusing on painting scenes from Oklahoma, Steve. So you'll see a lot of flat land. With the exception of yesterday in eastern Oklahoma, I mostly paint Enid scenes.
Imagine that. Just kind of flat.
And since aside from the crops, there's not a lot of variety in the land here. So what you'll see are paintings with a really low horizon and mostly sky, because I'm just so drawn to the skies here, whether it's just clear and vast and open and you can see for 100 miles, or it's a crazy storm clouds or a beautiful sunset. So you'll see a lot of paintings from around here, and if you really dig on my website, you'll see some of the paintings I was doing when I lived in Spokane, Washington, so you'll see a little bit of different geography and vegetation. And of course, you can read all of my updates and kind of blog post type writing about being an artist and my inspiration.
So it's a one-stop shop to find out about your work and what you do.
Exactly.
Have you been able to find any windmills that we've had here in Oklahoma?
I have taken some photos of windmills, and I
okay.
think I have one painting of windmills on my website.
They're just getting fewer and fewer as the years go by. So.
Right, right. Catherine, that was going to be my next question. If you had a gallery, or how can people get in touch with you and see your work or contact you if they would like
Great
for you
question,
to
Jomara.
paint for them?
I don't have a permanent gallery, but because this is my job, I try to have my art out and about as much as possible so people can see it. And right now, actually, I have a few paintings hanging at Da Vinci's coffee shop over by Jumbo Willow in Cleveland. I just hung those up on Monday, and they'll be there for about a month, so through mid-July. And then I'm frequently in Oklahoma City I did the Festival of the Arts in April this year and last year, which was a really great show for me. And I've done First Friday, I think, 4 times here in Enid.
Oh, wow.
So if you follow me on Instagram, which is Catherine Freshley is my Instagram handle, or if you sign up for my newsletter, which you can do easily on my website, I'm always telling people what I'm up to, sharing new work, and telling them where they can find me, because I love talking to people and sharing my work. And if it's just sitting in my house, that's not good for me and not good for people who might want to enjoy it. So my website is www.catherinefreshleyart.com, and Catherine, Catherine, Freshley is Freshley.
Okay. I'm not sure if we'll have that on the screen or not, but Catherine has agreed to hang around a little bit longer here at the Enid Television Network studios this morning, and we'll have kind of a one-on-one conversation, talk a little bit more about her work and how you can reach out to her. So you said you had the influence of art, I guess, from your parents, but not painting. So what is their artistic ability? Are they musicians or?
Well, my dad's a landscape architect, so that's a very creative profession. My mom does paint, but not as a career, and she actually also is very musically talented. Most of my family is, but that gene definitely skipped me.
Yeah, I can play records.
Yeah. So my mom paints, and she used to weave. She does printmaking. She does just about everything, but that hasn't been something that she's pursued yet professionally.
I don't know if we've touched on this, and we have just a minute or so to go. If someone provided you a photograph, do you work off of that, or are you the one that goes to take that picture, or do you welcome that type of work? If somebody said, Catherine?
I've done a lot of commissions.
Okay.
Last year I sold nearly 80 paintings, and about 20% of them I think were commissioned. So people send me work or send me a photo, I'll paint from that. Of course, it needs to be something that I feel comfortable painting, so I'm not going to paint your horse or your cat or your child, but if it's a beautiful landscape of your property in Enid, then
I got the best looking cat,
Yeah, so if it's something that's up my alley, then yeah, I'd love to see your photo and paint something special for you.
I have a real pretty cat. He would look great.
I'm sure you do.
He would look great on canvas. Of course, he sleeps all the time, so he would pose for you. He wouldn't move at all. He sleeps 22 hours a day.
You're trying, but I'm not buying.
That's good. Jomara, you have any other? We have just a few seconds left. Any other Just
No,
curious questions about artists? I'm just always fascinated when artists visit us.
Well, I was going to ask about that, about how people can reach out if they could send a picture, or what do you look for in a picture to say, this is it, you know, this makes me feel comfortable. And I know it's under the landscape
I
arena.
guess you have to meet these individuals face to face, one-on-one, to really get the real deal on what they want.
That's always best.
Because if they bring the
Yeah.
picture, like Jamara is saying, it helps to just set it across.
Sure, it's best to be in person, but I do commissions for people all over the country that just
Okay.
will email me a photograph, and all of my contact information's on my website, my email,
Okay.
and there's a form you can fill out. So hopefully it's easy to reach me. That's the idea.
Catherine Freshley is our special guest here at the round table this morning. Catherine, thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you being on Good Morning Enid.
Thank you for inviting me.
And we're looking forward to learning more about you and seeing some of your work. So, okay, Jamara is disappearing on us. This is her last show with us. And so I believe Dane Tate has put together a little tribute video to I guess, record some of Jamara's work for the last 2-3 years, and we'll see that right now.
Good morning, Enid. Good morning, Enid. Good morning, Enid. Our special guests this morning have to do with gardening. So if you're like me trying to get your yard together, we have a great show for you. What you're telling me is that the theme for this summer is superheroes?
Absolutely.
Sir, thank you for being with us this morning.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on.
What's in that cup?
I don't know, but I need more of it.
You just keep moving around on us.
I do. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the opportunity. It is certainly a wet morning, but we're happy to be here. Yeah, I had the opportunity to work on a couple of those, just providing access.
I bet roses,
yes,
what of them?
roads, yeah. Welcome back to Good Morning Enid. Our bow tie guy, Derek Silas, is on a special assignment today, so I'll be doing the Oklahoma Minute today. And we are busy in Enid. The Oklahoma Free Wheel comes to Enid today. So you will be seeing a lot of bicycles.
A lot of bikes.
A lot of bikes, yeah. On Highway 81, the riders will enter Enid from the south on Highway 81, turning east onto Southgate Road, then north to Leona Mitchell Boulevard, crossing Garriott onto 4th Street, turning into Oklahoma, and their final destination will be Government Spring Parks, where they will spend the night and get ready for leaving town tomorrow. So that being said, be careful with all those bikes on the road. Also, Champlain Pool is open. The adult lap swim goes from 11 till noon, Tuesday to Friday, and open swim is from 12 to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. The splash pads are also open. Hoover open on even days and Champion on odd days. Congratulations to Enid Lou Maybergen as Citizen of the Year. And in sports, the Golden State Warriors are NBA champions, and we congratulate Kevin Durant for being the MVP player of the playoffs. The U.S. Open Golf begins today at Erin, Wisconsin, and I believe we have a slide of that, at the Erin Hills Golf Course. Mike Gundy gets a raise to coach Oklahoma State football, and I believe it's a really good raise. And to complete this Oklahoma Minute, on this day in history, in 1846, Great Britain and the United States signed the Oregon Treaty. U.S. gained control over Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. And that's your Oklahoma Minute.
Very good. Thank you, Jamara. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
you're welcome.
Excuse me. I'd like to remind you at 8 o'clock this morning, speaking of artists, Harold T. H. Holden will be our special guest at 8 o'clock. And yeah, there's a photo right there. Thank you, Penn, for putting that up there. That comes up at 8 o'clock this morning. You want to stay tuned for that. It's 35 minutes of the best interview with another artist, and he talks about all of his work.
Yes.
So stay tuned at 8 o'clock if you can do that. We need to move right along, and let's go to Enid Entertainment. And we're going to invite Brooke to come back and give us an update on events that are happening in Enid.
This summer, we have several events here at the C&B Center that you don't want to miss. Starting off, July 15th, Blackthorn Elite. This local group will be coming here live. on July 15th. Get tickets and more information on our Facebook page or website. Also in July, we have Dancing with the Stars Live Hot Summer Nights Tour with Rashad Jennings as the special guest. Group discounts are available for this event. Really looking forward to it. August 4th, we'll have the Oak Ridge Boys Celebration Tour. Great event. You don't want to miss that one either. And then looking into December, on December 7th, we have Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis returning here. At 7:30 p.m., group discounts are available, as well as a pre-show dinner that you don't want to miss. That's going to be a fabulous meal right before the great concert that we'll have. And what I have a special teaser for you. You want to listen. Next week, we will be announcing our next show that will be here this fall. Don't want to miss it? Stay tuned to our Facebook page, website, or listen in on the local radio stations. Thanks, and back to you in the studio, Steve and Jamara.
Good job, Brooke. Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you,
just
Brooke.
amazing all the events that are taking place. And speaking of events, next Monday, we have the MAPC, Metropolitan Area Planning Commission meeting that will be live streamed and airs on Channel 12 and 112 here at the Enid Television Network, and will be live streamed at enidtv.org. And that's Monday, the MAPC. Then we move along to the next day. We've got City Commission broadcasts that will be coming up. The study session gets underway at 5 o'clock. That's in the lower level conference room in the administration building. And then the actual council meeting gets underway at 6:30. Again, that is next Tuesday. Well, Jamara, we've got a couple minutes before we have another special guest that we're going to highlight. We have a little gift for you. We just really want to say thanks for your professionalism. You've just been a great co-host, and we honestly mean this. We are going to miss you and your contribution. So,
Thank you, Steve. I will miss you too.
So accept a bright yellow flower, and on our behalf, that's just our way of saying thanks.
Thank you, Steve. I've appreciated the opportunity, and it's great being part of this team of Good Morning Enid. So I appreciate it.
You bet. Well, okay, it's time to look at another special guest, and I'm not sure who just came in the door, but we've got a cutie here in the studio. And 249-4910 is the number to call for animal control, that you can help out, take care of a dog or a cat. And again, we talked about our pets, getting them plenty of shade and water and things of this nature. Well, this guy, is it a guy or a little girl?
It's a little girl, and I'm going
girl.
to attempt to pronounce this name correctly. And her name is Titania, and she's a Chihuahua mix, about a year old, and the cost to adopt between $95 to $115, and it covers the spaying and rabies shot at the vet of your choice. She's a sweet little girl who is smart and obedient, and she walks well on a leash. So there you have it, Titania.
Well, it's good to see Charlotte Ringwald again with us, and we appreciate the work that Charlotte's doing for us. What a cute little puppy dog. Mild-mannered, likes treats, likes to be petted. Look at his ears.
And she needs a home, Steve.
And she needs a home, absolutely.
There are other animals for adoption, so the number to call, 249-4910.
Yes. And we'll put this young lady on Facebook and try to help find her a home as well. Okay, Jamara. Well, let me say, Charlotte, thank you for coming in this morning. Appreciate all the work that you do for us on behalf of finding pets. Okay, Jamara, last 20 seconds.
Last 20 seconds of the show. Well,
It's
there
all
you have it.
yours.
It's another week gone by, another show gone by. Again, I appreciate the opportunity of being part of Good Morning Enid, and I will miss you guys. So make it a great day, Enid.
That's right.